Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. When most people hear Russia, they picture snow, red square, maybe a bear or two. But this country is so much bigger and wilder than those cliches. 11 time zones, 190 ethnic groups, landscapes that flip from subtropical beaches to volcanic moonscapes. Today I'm sharing 7 spots that'll make you rethink everything you thought you knew about Russia. Let's dive in. Think of this place as Russia's starter pack. Founded more than 1,150 years ago, it's where the country's story officially begins. Inside the quiet Kremlin walls, you'll find St. Sophia Cathedral, the oldest stone church in Russia, its golden dome still catching light like it's day one. Walk the grassy ramparts and you're standing exactly where Viking traders once haggled over furs and spices. Pop into the open-air museum just outside the walls. Hand-carved wooden izbas and tiny onion dome chapels that were literally moved here from villages that don't exist anymore. It's history you can reach out and touch, minus the crowds. Jump on the sap-sand bullet train, and 4 hours later you're in Kazan, the capital of Tarstan, and the best cultural mashup I've seen anywhere. The Kremlin here is a UNESCO 2-for-1. The turquoise minarets of the Kul Sharif Mosque, framed by the golden crosses of an Orthodox cathedral just a few steps away. Grab some chak, imagine if funnel cake and baklava had a baby, and wash it down with cold kvass, brewed from a recipe older than your passport. If you're lucky enough to hit town during Saban Tui, summer's Tatar Harvest Festival, you'll see horse races, wrestling matches, and more smiles per square meter than any postcard ever promised. Time to swap fur hats for flip-flops. Sochi sits between the Black Sea and the Caucasus Mountains, so you can ski knee-deep powder at Rosa Couture in the morning and still make it to the beach for an ice cream sunset. The Caucasus Biosphere Reserve is right next door. Bears, wild-boar, and trails that smell like pine resin and sea salt all at once. Locals brag they get 9 months of beach weather, which honestly feels like a cheat code for anyone who thought Russia only came in frozen setting. If these spots are already blowing your mind, hit subscribe and stick around. We've still got 4 more coming up, including a lake so deep it holds 1/5 of the planet's fresh water. Northeast of Moscow, a chain of medieval towns called the Golden Ring splashes color across the Russian heartland. Suzdal alone has 50+ wooden churches and a Kremlin wrapped by lazy rivers where grandmas still sell pickles from wooden buckets. In Vladimir, the limestone walls of the Dormition Cathedral glow like candle wax at sunset. And in Yaroslavl, you'll find cafes tucked inside 17th century trading arcades. Rent a bike, pedal village to village, and the soundtrack switches from traffic horns to church bells and the smell of fresh cut hay. It's the Russia of fairy tales and family dinners. Fly 5 time zones east, and the land drops away into Lake Baikal, 25 million years old and 1 vertical mile deep. Summer, crystal clear water, so pristine you'll spot stones 20 feet below your kayak. Winter, that same surface becomes the planet's biggest ice rink. Locals race tiny Zhiguli cars across it to prove the ice is legit. Hop the vintage Circumbaikal Railway for cliff-edge tunnels, and keep an eye out for the world's only freshwater seals popping up like curious puppies. Sunrise here is so quiet, you'll swear you can hear the planet breathing. No Russia list is complete without Moscow. Start at Red Square. The candy-swirled domes of St. Basil's look like Willy Wonka designed a cathedral. The Kremlin next door is half political powerhouse, half treasure chest. Check the 36-carat Orlov diamond and the world's largest medieval cannon that never fired a shot. Descend into the metro, and you're basically in an underground palace. Marble, chandeliers, bronze statues, the works. After dark, Zaraji Park's floating glass bridge hovers over the river, while the skyline lights up in neon streaks that could rival Tokyo. Moscow doesn't let you feel small. It makes the world feel huge and puts you right at its center. And finally, Saint Petersburg, Peter the Great's window to Europe, and the city Russians themselves call their cultural soul. The Hermitage could eat a week of your life. 3 million artifacts in a mint green palace so big it once had its own fire station. Stand beneath the soaring mosaics of the Church of the Savior on spilled blood, and every tile tells a story of revolution, bloodshed, and rebirth. Visit in June and you'll hit white nights. Sun barely dips below the horizon. turning evenings into pearly dusk and filling the canals with open-air concerts and fireworks that look like liquid gold. Hop on a midnight cruise under the raised bridges, and you'll swear the city exists somewhere between dream and memory. 7 places, 6,000 miles, one unforgettable country. From medieval Novgorod to imperial Saint Petersburg, from subtropical Sochi to the frozen heart of Baikal, Russia shatters every cliché you walked in with. So where are you heading first? Drop your pick in the comments, hit subscribe for weekly travel deep dives, and I'll see you on the next adventure.